Good morning, all young Hartmann House gentlemen, and I hope that you are coping with the cold weather. I must say that over this last week the temperature has certainly plummeted, and walking around the school it has not been that pleasant. Let's hope for a bit of sunshine this weekend. We've now had 7 weeks of online teaching and learning. And this Friday and next Monday, there will be no online lessons posted to you. I can hear you all cheering. I think some of your teachers are also cheering as well. So the long weekend will give you, your teachers, and a lot of your parents a chance to have a rest from online lessons. And if anyone needs to catch up, they can do so over the long weekends. Sadly, there have been some boys who have been clicking submit or clicking hand in work when the work has not been done. Mr. Mushenenga, Miss Flanagan, and the class teachers will be checking on these boys and chasing them up. Or, if they have to, they will have to contact those boys' parents. Also, unfortunately, Mr. Njazi has been rather disappointed at the low number of submissions for his physical education lessons this last week. Looking at the activities, I would have thought that these would have been really fun to do, and after looking at them, I thought that they would have been enjoyable and they're also fairly easy. I hope that submissions for Mr. Njazi's tasks improve after this weekend. I'm now turning my attention mainly to the grade 3 to grade 7 boys. And if we'd been working at school, the grade 3 to 7 boys would be getting ready for their mid-year exams. But because we're not at school, we're going to try something new. And I hope it'll also be easy for you boys as well. We're going to do mid-year revision tests for all the grade 3 to grade 7s. And from these tests, I'm sure that your teachers will be able to see if you can read the questions carefully and if you can follow instructions. And looking at some of the comments that your teachers have given me since we started online lessons, it looks like that some of you boys are not following instructions carefully enough. So it's going to be very interesting to see if you can follow instructions on your tests. It'll also enable you guys to revise all the concepts and all the work that you have covered since the beginning of the year right up until this weekend. And your teachers will then be able to see if you've understood all of this work or not. For the grade 3s, I think it is an excellent way for you to start off your first really big test, really big exam here at Hartmann House. It is a great introduction that you don't have the pressure of exams, but that you can take part in these readiness tests. In all the tests, as long as you do your own work and find your own answers, you can use any books, you can use any information to work out or to write the answer to all your tests. But, gentlemen, there should be no help from your parents and no help from your friends in finding the answers to any of the questions. We want to see your own work. We want to see how clever you are. And if you don't do your own work, that is cheating. And we don't want and we don't like cheats here at Hartmann House. As I said, we want to see if you can follow instructions, use resources on your own to find the answers, look at the allocation of how many marks there are to each question, and to see if you understand the question that is being asked. Going back to the allocation of marks, if a question is worth 1 mark, you probably only have to put 1 reason or 1 fact down. If a question is worth 3 or 4 marks, then you've probably got to find 3 or 4 reasons or 3 or 4 facts to write down for that answer. So please check the allocation of marks very carefully. When it comes to your maths papers, you must show as much working out as possible. Even if your maths answer is wrong, but you have shown a lot of working out, and your working out is correct, you will pick up marks for that question. And very important, when you come to your English tests, your comprehension paper must be done first of all. I'll say again, comprehension papers must be done first of all before you do your creative writing, before you do your language. In a lot of the English papers, the comprehension gets done first, and then the creative and language follow on from the comprehension. So, the good news for grade 3 to grade 7 is that the only online lessons that you guys will be doing next week will be reading from Mrs. Gunn, reading for the boys who read with Mrs. Tomlinson, and Miss Cabwee will send out some art exercises. I think that Miss Cabwee is now moving on to the allied art topics for arts. Try and stick to the timetable for your tests that your teachers will give you. But if there is a big problem, then just carry the test over to the next day. Also, if there is a time limit on the test paper, only use the time limit as a guide. If it takes you longer to do the test, then don't worry, just carry on as long as you manage to complete the test paper. Some of your ICT, music, mental, and spelling and dictation tests will be done online. But your teachers will let you know about these tests. All the test papers will be in your EduPacks to be collected on Tuesday, the 23rd of June. That is next Tuesday after the long weekends. And please remind your parents that the collection time has been changed to 12 noon to 2 p.m., not 11 till 2. So the collection time is 1 hour shorter. And even more important, gentlemen, all those test papers have to be returned on Monday the 29th of June, where there will be another EduPack drop-off and pick-up. Also between 12 noon and 2 p.m. Unfortunately, any test papers that are not returned on Monday the 29th of June will mean that you will get 0, no percent for that particular test paper. And that would be very sad, especially if you put lots of time and effort into answering those papers. With you all being able to use your textbooks and other resources to help you do the tests and to find the answers, I really hope that the top academic boys will manage 100% for all the test papers. And I can't really see any reason why any boy should get less than 65% for any test. There has not been much happening at school over the last week or so, except that repairs have now started on the big reservoir. And hopefully it won't be long before we can start watering the fields, the flower beds and the lawns. I must say that the St. George's College and Hartmann House fields are looking very, very sad at the moment. So to finish off, I hope that you all enjoy your few days away from the online lessons. I know that all your teachers are certainly looking forward to their long weekends. Try to help your parents around the house. Try to help out in the garden over the long weekend. And as I keep reminding you, be as good as possible. And I really hope that all the grade 3 to 7 tests go well next week. So from me, bye-bye guys. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye for now.